It is time for another volunteer spotlight, and today we are interviewing Joe Maschi. How are you today?
I am fine. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Tell me where you're from.
Good old Brooklyn, New York. We had everything you could want in Brooklyn. We had public schools, which taught very well. And we had a swimming pool, we had an auditorium, we had a lunchroom, and it was an era where people were sitting outside on their stoops and in front with chairs and stuff. Everybody knew everybody. And you could walk down the street 24 hours a day and not worry about anything. And I'd not like to grow up anywhere else but Brooklyn from what I see in this world.
You joined the Air Force, is that correct?
I went in when I was 15. You know, things get quieter in the cities sometimes. So I got this bright idea. I was working at this Marine Park seaplane base where I was learning about airplanes. And somebody told me, well, why don't you go into service and do that? So we kind of forged our paperwork, and I got away with it. I got in, enlisted, went through basic in Sampson Air Force Base in Geneva, New York. But I made one mistake. I went in January, and boy, is it cold up there with the snow. And things were going okay. It was 1954, and we were being held over after all the testing. And then that's when my school, I guess, caught up with me and notified them, and they notified me. But this lieutenant, when we went into the orderly room, he said, "Don't feel bad. Half the people here are underage." So I felt better because still at 15, I thought, "Oh, I'm going to jail for life," And he said, "If you want to stay, we could fix that too." But I says, "No, let me go back to school and we'll finish all that, and then I'll come back later." But that never worked out. I got, I think, $300 and some odd muster and out pay, as they call it. And I went home, went back to school, finished up that, and went back to work on airplanes, and I've been playing with airplanes ever since.
So what brought you here to the Hill Aerospace Museum to start volunteering?
Oh, I used to come over to the museum once in a while, keep walking around, check all the airplanes. And then somebody once said, "Why don't you go volunteer? You're sitting there and you talk to people." And I said, "No, it's not a bad idea." So that's what I did. I came over, spoke to Dennis, and Dennis said, "Sure." And he hired me, as to say. And I says to him, "Well, I don't want too much of a salary now. Let's not get carried away." Most of the old timers that I meet in here, we were always swapping stories like all the old timers do. It's like a family.
And what are some things that you enjoy doing in your spare time when you're not volunteering?
Watching TV. And in between all that, I fly these radio-controlled airplanes. And then we'll take a ride around. We go up into the mountains, take a ride around the mountains. And then we like to go up to Logan. And you have to leave Utah to go buy lottery tickets. So that's what we do. And other than that, that's it. We don't do much of anything else. But I figured I'd rather not do a lot of the stuff that we've done, good and bad, but it's more fun just thinking about it now and maybe watching it on TV.
I just wanted to thank you for all that you do for us here at the museum. We can't run the museum without you, and you do so much for us. So thank you for all that you do.
You're very welcome. We try. Let me put it that way. I try my best at whatever we do.